Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Kay here. I'm just going to push my chair and didn't put it in far enough, sorry. I'm going to endeavour to make a cooking kind of retro journal from this book here, the Retro Cookbook, which has got some retro images in there, as well as new things in there. Like, I'm sure they didn't have any expensive. What's that doing in there? Oh, I know, I kept that because I thought the cartoon might be interesting. I'll just put that to one side. I've also got a sewing pattern with the retro dresses on there as well that I thought I could put in the journal. I'm going to make it out of a cereal box, so I've got that there. I've also got, for those people who haven't seen, sorry, I should probably show you some pictures. The Retro Cookbook has got some lovely images in there. So for instance, I could cut out this young woman here and put it in the journal. There's my sewing pattern. This one here, it's got some retro kind of toys and some things here. We could possibly use that page in there. This page is perfect for a retro journal, and so is this one. I don't know how I'm going to work them in because they're quite big. So all of that, all those pictures in there could be in the journal as well. It's just got lots of lovely patterns in there that are retro, that I'm going to put in the journal. Some adverts. So all of those things could be used in the journal. So I'm just going to sort of, I'm going to be doing this journal by the seat of my pants because I haven't really planned how it's going to work. I've also got this Farm to Fork collection, which is a Cartabella collection, because it's, again, because of the retro colours. I probably wouldn't use all of these things, but like the stove, perhaps, the image here, that image there, maybe on the back. It's got a wonderful, sorry, got that pattern there. There's this. There's the chickens. There's that lovely pattern there. Some of those could be used. Again, I probably wouldn't use them all. That could be used. This one here. This one here. That one there maybe. It's got that fantastic images on the back. So all of those lovely packets and tins of things. That would be wonderful to use. All the old stoves. Things on my fridges. That's a fridge, I think. Cold store, I should call it. There's that in the back, sorry. There's all these bottle jars of condiments. And there's that on the vegetables in the back. I'm not overly keen on that page, hopefully, but that's really great for retro. Possibly may not use all of those, but that could be really great to use. But it's also got these great recipes on the back. And then there's this page, the chickens on the back. There's that one. Another really great retro pattern. There's that page. It's really good too. And this is a sticker sheet with different things on there. So I got that because I thought that would work quite well with the retro journal. Oops, just dropped paper. There's my box to use. You've already seen the pattern. And I've also picked up this book, which I thought we could use as well for various retro patterns in there that I've shared before on a previous Thrifty Thursday video that I've done. First of all, with the box, I'm going to trim it down to size because I think it's a bit too big. Excuse me a minute while I just pick up this paper off the floor and bring my chair closer so I can put something on there. Alright, so let's trim this box. It's too big. Let's have a look. For somebody who's to always work in centimetres, because lots of journals, let's make a 6.5. Journal makers, their measurements are in imperial, not metric. I tend to sort of use that for my own journal. And how tall do we want it? It's 9. That sounds a good plan. Trouble is, I can't really see what I'm doing here because it's not coming on the packaging very well. So you need to take one of the sides off and use the other side as a it's joined there. Maybe I could pull it apart there, because we only want one side as the base, as the back. Yes. I'm going to have to cut it because I've obviously glued it down very well. So this is nice and thick, this cardboard. Perfect for use for a journal. Terrible coming out, but I'll fix it up in a minute. The trimmer. I'm just going to cut it out very roughly at the moment and fix it with a trimmer in a minute. We also need to cut the bottom off. Because they're the weakest parts as well, because that's where the joins are, so probably hard to get rid of those. Actually, I might keep the cardboard for something, you never know. Those bits off there, and I'm going to, I don't think it'll fit in my trimmer. My trimmer's not big enough, so I'm going to have to cut it by hand. I'll just try to do it straight. I have a measurement there, but I don't have a measurement here, so what I say, 9. Do it 9 from the bottom. Make a line. Join it to the other line I've already cut. Hopefully, nice and straight. See how I go. Didn't think of it not fitting in my trimmer. As you can see, I'm definitely flying by the seat of my pants here, as they say. It needs to be cut a bit better than that. It's just really bad. Actually, I might be able to get my trimmer on that side. Let's have a look. Whoops. I hope I didn't knock you. Sorry if I did. Just need to take that edge off. Didn't do that very well. Try again, Kay. Better. I don't think it'll fit in my trimmer though. Could try. Could try and see what happens. Cut as much as I can. Oh, that's not going to work. I don't even think it's going to make it nice and straight on that side anyway. While I think about what I'm going to do at the bottom. Bits of paper everywhere. I don't even think I can. I'm going to have to do it by hand. Sorry. Carefully. Lovely. So we have a bag in the front. Looks like I'm going to be using the back as the front and the front as the back. Right. Alright, so I'm going to I should have got this before, so I'm just going to turn you off for a moment, for just a little minute, because I'm just going to going to get some material, I think, to cover this with first, and use the material as a base for other things, or whether I just use the paper. Let's have a look. It's thick enough. I could just use the paper. Here's that lovely image though. I really like this image. I think it's going to be too big though for the journal. We could put it there, and it's just going to be cut off at the side though, but it does fit the whole page. What happens if I do there? Where's this top? I can just feel the top through there. So I'm going to very carefully use my ruler to... Oh, the trouble is if I use that I won't be cut the hair out. Decisions. I might actually, because she's actually on the opposite side to her, so I actually might, if I cut all of that out, where does it go? There. Where does it go? Yeah, it goes right through there. So the edge of that goes through here. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm not going to use that after all. Whether I use one of these other papers that's sort of reminiscent of that. Let's see if I've got a red dotted one. There's a pink. There's red with white dots, but I don't think there's white with red dots. This particular pattern book, no, not quite the same, is it really? Comes in the different colours, sort of like this red and then blue togethers and all that. So I'll go back to this red back here. That's very 60s, so I'm going to use that one. This is, I think this book is more 50s. The cookbook is more 50s. Perhaps we could use the red. I don't know. Just don't think it works somehow. Sorry. I know I should have done this before, but I just wanted to see how I would go with flying by the seats of my pants. And obviously you can see not very well. I'm just going to turn you off for a minute, and I'll come and I'll choose a paper and I'll come back. I'm back. Well, that took longer than I thought. So just didn't know what to choose in the end, so I'm going to choose this plaid because I think that's sort of closest to the 50s than anything else that I have. So I'm going to, because I think that cardboard is quite a decent thickness. I'm not going to actually. It's not a very thick card paper pack, but because this card is thick, I think it'll be okay. I'm going to use some glue. With I quite often just use double-sided tape with my journals, but with this kind of paper I'm not too sure whether it would be better to use glue all over the page, because I think that with double-sided tape you tend to use the sides and the bottom and the top, and I just don't think that that's going to stick the paper down in the middle effectively, because it's very lightweight paper. It's from DCWV, which I bought from Spotlight, which is a store we have here in Australia with sells sewing things and craft stuff, and also it sells like homewares and curtains and blinds and other sheets and towels and things like that. And they sell beading and knitting and things, and lots of whole things. So luckily enough we have one not very far away from where we live, so I've been lucky. So I'm just sticking it to the edges of the fold, and I'm going to do something different on the inside. I will fold the corners. Make it neater. Whoops, I should have done that side as well. Getting a bit of tackiness on there to make it stick. Just wanted to show you this part of the journal. There are parts that I will skip because sometimes it gets a bit tedious watching every process step of making a journal. I just thought I'd show you how I made a journal, how to make a journal just from things you have in the house. Second-hand materials, like all of the things I show you. The retro cookbook is second-hand, the sewing pattern is second-hand, the paper pad that I showed you is actually not second-hand, but I got it on sale. It was on sale, so I paid $7 less for it. I think it was $7, $8 less. I thought it was a good buy. I think that's pulled up enough. And I have to admit, I did buy the Farm to Fork one new as well. It's good to have. Use what you have if you can. Or things you got on sale. Didn't cut that very well, did I? Cut that again. So that looks good. Quite like that. Need something for the back. Whether I'll actually put a piece of material over that to make it look a little bit different. I might do that actually. Need to find something for the inside now. I think that what I'm going to do is try and keep some of these things intact and use them as pages in the journal, and also use some of the things as items for ephemera. So let's have a look at what we've got for the inside. Might just use a plain pattern. Let's see if this one goes. Another. It's a bit too much. What's the word I'm going to use? I could just use another one of those. I don't think there are any yellow ones. No, yellow wasn't one of the colours that came up on this. We'll get back to that. I'm going to choose some papers for the inside. Definitely want to have that one. These are going to be pages inside. I'm going to make a couple of what's I'm looking for? Going to make a couple of signatures. Sorry, my mind went blank. Signatures. Somebody asked me what are signatures, Kay, and I said, well, signatures are the elements that go make a big book. There's a group of papers, you put them together, and you can either sew them in or tie them in. I've been tying a lot of mine in lately. I quite like that page. I think I might use it. Just because it's got some old kind of recipes on there. I quite like that. Could use that page that way. And maybe cover some of that up. There's another page I want to use. Quite like this one with the blue on it. But the other things aren't really retro, so I've got to be really thinking about what I'm going to use. This is going to be a retro journal. That's very, very retro, but I reckon it's very 70s. Oh, what's this one here? Prawn cocktail. Do people have prawn cocktails? Love that. Love the colours on that one. Do you know, I think they've even got the old-fashioned kind of cocktail glasses. So, let's take that out. You could take the 2 pages together and what's the word I was going to use? Cut and paste, so that you put those 2 together and put it like that side, and put those 2 together on a hinge or a piece of washi tape to join them together, so you've got one page. Shame about the back. Don't like the back, but I do like that side, so maybe I could do that. Put those 2 together like that. See what else we've got. It's very retro too. Corned beef pickle sandwich. Yeah. Oh, I like that one too. When I took them out of the book, I tried very carefully to make sure that they were together, so that another page I could use. I like the colours on that one. I like the colours on that one. I think that we might have a break on those for a moment. So we're going to keep them to one side and use them in the journal. And with the sewing pattern, I'm going to be very careful with this because it's just so fragile, so old. Just want to make it into a kind of pocket, so I might have to cut it first carefully. It's just so fragile. It's just being used a lot, and obviously what this woman's wearing wouldn't be something that you would wear in the cooking, but I might just take that off there too and cut this bit off here. Bottom. Just, I think I cut that very straight. So look, I might have a ruler. I should have used a ruler, okay? So I'm going to put this on some cardstock so that I can join them back up again with a hinge and create little pages out of them as journal pages. So you'd have your journal page like that, so that when you opened, the book would be like that. think I might need to trim this a bit more because the edges are just going to be too hard, I think. Very careful. I got all these patterns from Facebook Marketplace, and I thought it was a really good price, because I really particularly was looking for retro patterns. Need to go to that side as well. I'm sure people must go to different off shops and look for things to sell on there, either the Etsy shop or that's how they make their living, just reselling things on. I'm just going to do some things off camera, and I'll join you. Hope you join me next time to see what we're going to do next with the journal. Please give me the thumbs up. Hope you like what I've sort of started. It was a bit mishy-mashy because I just really new at doing this sort of journal from scratch. I haven't done one before, so bear with me. Come back next time. See you. Bye bye.